Welcome back to part 2 of the Vapecast podcast with our special guest, Paul from, Paul, aka.Steampugs. Great to have you with us, man. It's been great first session finding out, more about you, as to say. I mean, it was, I'd heard of Steampugs, I'll be honest, and that was about it. I hadn't seen your work, and
you just didn't know why.
There's lots of faces, and certainly one thing I've noticed about Facebook of late, and the internet of late, is people come and people go, and it's sad to see when certain businesses leave because there's just not enough business out there for them. But then a lot of people leave, and you can kind of see why there was no traction there. But what have you got planned for the future, Paul? Where are you heading?
I do have something possibly on the pipeline. I've designed my own RDA.
Oh, nice.
I designed it actually about 3 years ago.
Just getting it made is the hard part, isn't it?
I left it on the. I didn't trust the people that was asking me about it at the time, so I kind of left it. It's been sat on sketches and designs and stuff ever since. And then I started talking to Brent. I showed it to Brent, and he's like, "Dude, I've designed an airflow, which is a bottom airflow RDA, which doesn't leak." And that doesn't actually happen ever.
Yeah,
no one's done that.
Say that's
and it's good. So we teamed up. He took it and he showed it to Peng. If you don't know who Peng is, he used to be Mr. Dovpo. He doesn't work for them anymore, but he's got his own independent. He's kind of a middleman.
Has this been mentioned on Brent's show?
Yes, it has been mentioned on Brent's show. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I've heard of. Why have I heard this?
Yeah. We've talked about it. I mean, it's probably 4 hurdles in of 50 hurdles it would need to go through before it made it to a shelf.
Yeah,
even getting to the first hurdle, 80% not even making that far. So everyone, they all like it, they all love it. I've had the 3D model prints done. Peng likes it that much. He's done some computer imaging for it. But that's where we're up to with it. Who knows?
Yeah, well, that's it.
I would love my own thing on the market. I would love that.
Well, speaking of that, this reminds me of something that was also discussed on the show that you said you quite like, especially.
I do like that. It's lovely. I love that button. That button's gorgeous. It's kind of pet-home-ish, but nice. I like it.
And a little cut-off switch just as well.
Yeah, but again, you didn't. Why didn't you sell more of those?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It boggles the mind.
I can only guess marketing.
I would say so. I mean, I think, to be fair, we had, and without even knowing it, on paper, an absolutely fantastic first couple of years. And if we'd have been around a couple of years before then, I think we'd been in a completely different place now. But when we first started, we were getting, reach was fantastic, and we were reaching far and wide on a regular basis. And then as time went by, Facebook algorithms changed, and it just got more and more difficult. And it's almost like you kind of feel like you've been shoehorned
in genuinely worlds apart. We were like
in a very small
views a video.
Well, Google themselves screwed us right over. With anything to do with rankings. Just my review website, when I first had it, the first couple of years, I was hitting 20,000 a week.
Yeah,
not an issue, easily, more than that usually, and it probably went to about a 5th overnight.
Yeah, and
it never came back up again. Came back up.
It was like the rug had literally been pulled out from under your feet.
Yeah, they changed the algorithms for everything. The vape industry is the whipping boy of.
It's such a bizarre place to be because, like, I ask myself all the time, it's like, are you really in the right industry? But, we're doing something actually that is fantastic for people.
I know it is, but unfortunately, Big Tobacco and Big Pharma, without getting into all that, are 2 biggest money makers in the world.
I know.
They've got the cash to throw at everyone.
We are certainly up against,
and we have screwed them over. So,
It's true. Well, do you want to...
with the mafia?
Do you want to plug a few links or anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, sure. I mean, please, by all means, go and check out DIY Flavor Chasers. We've all got ranges of liquids on there. The UK version, DIYFlavorChasers.uk, is new, but the ones that you see on there, you've got mine, you've got Creed's, you've got Nevins's, Liam's. some good mix of stuff on there. Definitely go and check that out. Come and catch me on Savage Simon's 2 show on a Saturday night. You can also come and see me on Brent's occasionally on the Bearded Viking.
Yes.
And if you are new to vaping and you want to know more, by all means, come and join the Vaping Community Forum. It's free to join. And there's a lot of really knowledgeable vapors on there that will help you out with any questions you might have.
Nice. And the Saturday show, what time is that?
8 o'clock on a Saturday on YouTube. We've just trimmed it. We tended to go on for about 5 or 6 hours.
Wow.
And how long is it? How long is it for now?
It's 2 now. It's 2 hours. It's 8:30.
Because we go live at 9 p.m. You see. So John, just cut this bit out. Cut this bit out. Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Oh, it's a shame that.
There's room for us all.
Yeah. No, this is it. It was...
block it. Right, delete the whole thing. I'm off.
we do 8:30 till 10:30, and then we do an after show party, which tends to go on till the wee hours.
Is that the Discord or Zoom calls?
Yeah, that's when it gets really rowdy.
Well, but
I've been in a few of Brent's, and there's no old boards, no holds.
No holds barred with Brent's lot. Christ.
That's it. Yeah, I couldn't think of the fucking phrase.
Absolutely
Beautiful stuff. Well, John, do you want to sign off? Anything additional?
no, I mean, I was just the only other question that I was going to ask is you mentioned you got your RDA coming. If you could produce one item, would it be that, or is it if you had all the machinery, you had it all, what could you make?
Oh, yeah.
It would be that, just because that's the thing that makes the difference. I mean, I have got mods designs that are something I would really like to own, which I haven't got the means to make myself. But I think with an RDA, to get that right, that's where your perfect vaping spot will be. And in my eyes, what I've designed is that I just want one of them.
Yeah.
I don't want to make a lot of money out of it. I actually just want to use it, and I want to own one to see it as good as I think it is. That's my goal.
Fair enough.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Very modest as well. I kind of like that style. It's like, I just want to make the best of something I know I can do.
Yeah.
Just the one will be fine as long as I've got it. It's
honestly, just one. I've got 11 years of experience of trying so much stuff.
Yeah.
I know what's wrong with most of it, and I put it all together in one little package. So if it works, it would be amazing.
Definitely.
Sweet. Beautiful stuff.
Get your name on something.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think that's it.
Well, as I say, unless there's any questions that you have for us, then we can wrap up there. The shortened second part, but I might amalgamate the two together, so we've got a little bit more.
I say you just cut out the bit
balance
where you said
between the time skips.
And shift it forward a bit.
Oh no, fantastic! Man. It's been.
We'll keep this bit in, and we'll just get drunk and have a chit chat now. So how old's the missus? You know, is she into swinging?
No. So you're definitely asking after asking that question.
Do you know what?
Not
I wish you'd have said yes
room.
then, because Jake would have just absolutely shat himself.
Yeah, but like, how old is your missus? Out of curiosity.
She's a lot younger than me. She's 37.
Right, John. How old do you think Pugs is?
I'm gonna say 40s.
Already wrong.
See, I hate these questions because.
Well, you fucked it now because you just said he's already wrong. He's not going to say 30 something, is he?
No, well, as I say, you're the kind of person that you look younger than you are. I can see that you've not had a difficult paper round, although you may have done. You're certainly not showing it.
Hey, I just moisturise every day.
Well, that's it. It's all about the morning routine, isn't it?
I think I'm right in saying 52.
I'm 52 this year.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable. Like, yeah. I don't know what you're hiding under the hat, scars, bald head like John.
No, I've still got hair. It's all there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's more than John's got. He's he's sparse.
It's certainly a lot further back on my head than it used to be.
I would say the face washing's getting longer and longer.
It's using up more and more moisturiser every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Less shampoo. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's it's dry in your hair, because it sounds probably not very manly, but I do blow dry my hair in the morning when I go into work because I've got to go to work. I don't want to go wet hair. Literally takes me 3 seconds now. Used to be a lot longer than that.
That's because you got one of them fancy Dyson ones that just does it in no time, haven't you?
Done. It's kind of disheartening when you go, it's dry already. Wow.
I love it.
I walk out the bath and
and
I'm dry, so I'm good.
Yeah. I really wanted this to be 2 perfect 30-minute segments. I don't want to end. I just want to keep going with a bit of bad.
Mate, I'm good now. Kids are with the missus. You can carry on for me.
Well,
I was going to say, if we want, we could just make this a bit longer and do a 3 segment.
Mate, I am not stuck for time.
Well, yeah, I'm still good for a bit longer.
Here's a question for you, Mr. Pugs. So you are, I would say, a flavour connoisseur. What is the best flavour? Now, again, this is always going to be preferential for you. But what would you say was the best liquid that you have tried, that you have just thought, yeah, this is fantastic?
The best
I've got a friend that makes this liquid.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? I am friends with definitely the best mixers in the UK, without a doubt. However, when you learn how to mix yourself, you will mix for yourself.
Yeah.
So when you know your own palate, and I've had this argument with Nevins, because Nevins was he's one of my best friends in the mixing community, and I think he was quite a bit upset by me saying, yes, obviously I love your liquids because they're all amazing, but I don't like them as much as I like my own. I vape more of my own stuff than I vape everybody else's, and I do, and it's not just because it's cheaper; it's because you can fine tailor it to your taste.
Make it specific for yourself.
Exactly. So I would say, my White Rabbit, my white chocolate custard, that it's not a sex toy; it's actually a liquid.
No, whatever you're into, mate. But
it can be used in.
I thought I'd explain it to you before I said it. That's definitely one of my favourites. I have one called Pop Starred, which is a popcorn custard. I just think my mates all know that I'm banging to popcorn e-liquids. I absolutely adore them, and I've been chasing that unicorn for quite a long time. And I've got a popcorn custard, which those two, I never have a tank without those in, even if I'm at work. They're the two. But the Serendipity range, Nevins' range, and Graham's range, the Amatorium range, and Creed's custard, I have no problem with those being in all my stuff. They are fantastic. And I've had a lot of liquids over the years.
Yeah.
And I've whittled it down to, you guys really know what you're doing. And I do, obviously.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
When you did say that rabbit thing, I was expecting you to pick up a mod. My favourite. I love it.
Nothing else makes me feel like this.
You know what? Yeah, it's the spot.
It's the spot. Oh, I love it.
And it's big and girthy. Look at it. It's amazing.
For him and her.
Yeah. Ribbed for your pleasure.
So where do you think vaping's going to be? Like, what do you see is going to be the big thing in vaping in the next year?
Well, it's a weird thing, isn't it? I mean, even when I was writing all the time, there was always fashions. There's always been fashions in vaping. When the AIO, the all-in-one phase came in, I was like, I can't wait for this to piss off.
Sorry.
And it kind of did a bit, but then it was replaced by something which suited me less, which was disposables, and I'm not into Bora devices at all.
Yeah, I've got that problem as well. Yeah, I've not.
Have we killed Jake?
No, well, if his emoji comes up, he might have had to nip off for a dog issue or
dogging issue.
Yeah, well, could be one of those. Maybe he's missed his meat and they've turned up at the house wanting a bit of fun time with him.
So at the moment, I mean, it's like the fashion at the minute is obviously the biggest fashion at the minute is the Bora devices.
Yeah.
Hi. Bora devices.
I had a phone call. Sorry.
At the top of the list of the fashion thing at the minute, and it's just I want to like it. I really do, because they're cool looking things, and there's a lot of selection with you tailoring it for your particular taste. But at the end of the day,
I've just had a phone call, and you said fashion. I am completely lost. What are you, a model?
Oh, we're talking clothes right now.
What have I missed?
The fashion. There's always been fashions in vaping. Always. Yeah. There's been phases and fashions. It's always happened. It has
I don't
happened
know
throughout.
what was the question? What I'm lost.
I don't know, but for some reason we got onto Burrow devices.
Yeah, it's basically like what is going to be the big thing in the next
future.
12 months. And obviously, we've seen sadly the arrival and the dominance of the disposables, but at the same time, we have seen quite an influx of people being able to make, because the mechanical ones are quite simple, the Burrow devices. For me, I've not, I think for me it comes down to I vape dual coil, and that delivers the hit that I absolutely love, and I've not found that on a single coil. If there was the possibility, and I hope someone's going to do it, but a dual coil Burrow, but it would need to be.
It would have to be, for me, dual battery.
Yeah, that's exactly that for me. I would love to see, but as I say, it would need to be a real big step for someone, because they're going to have a
completely different device though at that stage.
Basically it's going to need to be a wider Burrow. It's going to be a similar sort of setup, but it'd be a wider Burrow because it's going to need to take the dual coil.
Then it would just be a dual coil RTA built into a.
I was say it'd be a built-in RTA on a fairly decent
on a square plate with a round chimney. It's just
See, I wouldn't have it square. I'd have it like I like my. Well, I mean, I'm on the dog part at the moment, but the Minikin V2 in essence, that kind of a shape. I love that round or rounded feeling.
Which, I've had a really wicked idea for disposable. So I want a disposable, right? That's rechargeable.
Yeah.
And the top pops off, and you can change the coils. I think
that would be a great advancement of that, and then people don't need to throw them away. They could just refill it and not make so much waste. Man, you're onto something there.
No one ever made.
Hang on a minute. I think that's been done.
This industry's going backwards.
Would they get rid of the changeable cotton, the reach?
Going backwards instead of forwards.
This is what happens. If you change it to what you want, you're just going to make what's already out. You want the Burrow device. Yes, you could probably fit a dual coil in a bigger truss.
Yeah.
But then you're just making it into a bigger RTA, really, built into a device that can take 2 batteries. So you're just making a dual coil, dual battery, AIO.
But someone might want that. You never know.
Which would be slightly worse than a nice mod with a nice RTA.
It's kind of
possibly.
Yeah.
Well,
so
again,
what's the point?
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of. I just have to accept that Burrows aren't going to ever be my thing, and that
do you know what? Actually, I take it back. I take it back. One of your previous questions. My biggest hatred of the entire vaping thing is fashions.
Yeah.
Fashions that cost you a lot of money. Friends. The Burrow, the different kinds of Burrow device, the truss and all that kind of stuff, and all those kind of tanks, if you like. They're not really tanks, but if you like to call them tanks, I don't know what you call them. Just Burrow things.
Yeah.
They're charging an absolute mind-blowing amount of money for. And they're essentially no more expensive to make than an RTA.
No.
I've seen some of the price. One of my friends, or one of the viewers, spent, I think, 20-something pounds, or no, $20-something on a set of 4 screws that were colour to match their device. And it was just like, paint them yourself. And like you say, everything is just that much more for no real reason.
Voltrove just brought out the Burrow, their Burrow version of it, and it was like over £100.
Yeah.
And it's this big.
Just for the innards. And I'm seeing people put them on the pulse.
It's a square RTA.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a shitty bit of, well, maybe not so much shitty, but it's not.
They might be well engineered, but they are not worth £120.
Yeah. You could get so much better.
That's without the billet box.
Yeah.
Well, that's
already £300.
The amazing thing of the whole scenario is the fact that billet have been around for as long as they have, and they're only really, well, not so much billet, but the whole style of the billet vape is only really, it's hitting its peak at the moment, but it's still growing.
Oh, it's massively growing. I mean, I think the customization of it is probably what's appealing to most people, but it's appealing to people with deep pockets. So people are making stuff and selling it for ridiculous prices. But then on the plus side of that, you get someone like Tony B who will bring out the Pulse. The Pulse is version of it.
Hit the mainstream market.
It's affordable. but it's still an £85 plastic mod.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And when you do get the units, they end up costing more than the device if you want to go for the.
And then you've got to get a nice bore for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
all the
there's
accessories and everything. Yeah.
But I mean,
and
as I say,
the screws for it, that's another 20 quid.
The thing that I love about that
It
is
shocked me, and they weren't even phased. I was like, you spent that on screws.
Yeah, but no, this
like,
is what
yeah,
I mean. It's giving manufacturers an opportunity other than the Chinese stuff, because
fucking big.
Well, I mean, they might have been made in China, but to say so much of the stuff is made elsewhere, and I love that fact.
Yes.
I love the fact that people in America, people in all across the world are making these different accessories for it, whereas before they wouldn't have been able to get involved to that level.
True.
It's very true. I mean, I almost got suckered into buying a Pulse. In fact, it was my mate Nevins. He bought a Pulse, and I was like, "Just tell me, is it good?" I mean, it's really good. Would I like it? No.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
No matter how good it is, and that's the thing. That's what I reckon is. No matter how good,
exactly.
you give me the best fridge on the planet.
Will it do that?
No, that's the thing.
Yeah. Well, you recently showed this. I don't know if I'm on. There we go. Do you think it's worth going for the upgraded version? So, i.e., having
the DNA?
Yeah.
Right. Well, here's a story for you. The reason I have this, where's it gone? It's amongst this. There it is. The reason I have the Odin 200 is because I had the Rva DNA 250, and I don't know if have you heard of the Dovpo, what they do in this country for people who have broken Dovpos?
They've got a recycling system set up now, haven't they, or a repair opportunity?
His name's Andy in this country, and it's a one-man band, believe it or not. We call him Andy Poe, and why not?
Why not? Yeah, fuck it. You're not going to say his real name. It's too hard.
His name's Andy, and he works for Dovpo, so it's Andy Poe. And we had him on our show a couple of times, and it's an amazing project what he does. I mean, it's properly amazing. And I had a Rva which I reviewed or was going to review, and it was a DNA 250. And I think we don't know whether it's because I vape so high, because I'm rarely under 120, 130 watts ever, and it kept breaking, and I went through 4 of the Rva DNA.
Breaking in what, like how?
It's not working. It just stopped working.
The screen or not firing?
It wouldn't fire.
Yeah.
Kept saying, no atomizer, or just wouldn't turn on. Basically, just burnt the board out.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have ultimate respect for Dovpo. I obviously have respect for the DNA board, but there's got to be something in this. I can't be the only person who was having trouble with this.
Well, I have the exact same thing.
I went through three.
Okay.
And he kept sending me back and sending to him, and he'd tell me what's wrong with it. The board's burnt. This is done. That's fine. So in the end, he said, "Look, I'll just swap it for. I'll swap you for the Odin 200. It's not a DNA.
It's
a downgrade.
Each time.
It's a downgrade. No, I kept getting the Rva DNA back.
No. I meant different reasons.
Different reason each time,
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
But always a weird reason.
Okay.
Wasn't liquid in the board or the screens broke. It just stopped working it was corrupt software or this burnt out. I was like, and he just said, look, this is obviously going to keep happening. You seem to be the only person in the world that it's happening to. So how about I just send you a Dovpo 200? It's not a DNA. And this is probably about a year and a half ago. And I've had this and it's not even faltered.
Still going strong. Yeah.
Still going strong. So there was an issue, I think, with the wiring with the Rva, which didn't particularly lend itself well to high power users. Most people wouldn't notice because most people don't vape more than 100 watt.
I say 90.
So it was funny you said that. For me, as I say, my favourite mod is the Dominican V2, but I wanted something that ideally had I wanted the DNA motherboard in it. And I saw the Rva and I was like, that is very, very similar. I've got to get my hands on one of them. And I got it and absolutely loved it. And I would say I've had it 5-6 weeks and it won't turn on. It's like,
there you go.
You get a premium
and it's a nice mod as well. It's a fucking nice mod.
Genuinely,
really nice mod.
very, very much liked it. And as I say, it's just stopped turning on, which is Yeah, it's a bummer, but I might have to give
Well,
Andy
it
a
is
call.
because they're not cheap. I mean, the DNA 250 Reva's what, 120 quid or something?
Yeah.
I'd probably say more, but
Yeah.
Well,
even at
Dovpo
100,
did.
but yeah,
They brought them down quite significantly. Same with the Top Gear. They did some really good offers on them.
Top Gear's still going strong, and that's
Yeah,
the same board. So
yeah. But it just makes you worry. Actually, have they just produced that many that maybe the quality has
I think there's definitely an issue with the Reva that they're either not admitting to or can't work out why. And I can't. I mean, the DNA board is a DNA board. So to me, that tells me it's got to be done with the wiring. There's some issue with the
well,
wiring.
that's it. I mean, it's used.
yeah.
It's God, it's just massive.
I'd say
Cheap solder.
it sound
That's
like
all
the replies were sort of not fobbing you off per se, but like
Well,
it sounded-
Andy wouldn't fob me off. He would. He was always he's a really proper, top, nice guy, and
Yeah.
he knows his stuff. He goes into it with. Actually, one of the ones I got back, he had fixed, and then he dropped it on the floor and smashed the screen. That was the last one. So he said, "Mate, I fixed it, but I broke it."
Yeah, like I really broke it this time. Like properly drove over it, broke it.
So I'm gonna send you the Odin. So fine.
I like that. The chip's fixed.
Yeah.
But everything else is in pieces in my front
your
room.
screen's completely flopped.
But it is a great concept from Dovpo, and there is, I mean, effectively,
Honestly, it's an amazing thing.
the reason
amazing
why
thing.
we exist in the first place is for buying and selling of second-hand equipment, because so many people have got so many devices, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I've got all these devices sat here doing nothing. You know, there's a whole world of people using them. There's got to be a market out there, and it's a great way of keeping things moving.
Well, the biggest, by far, the biggest plus point for what he does is that because people will send him, if you like us, he targets people like us because we more than likely have a box of broken shit.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
And if you send your broken Dovpos to him, he will fix other people's Dovpos that can't afford to get them fixed for free.
Fuck.
That's the biggest thing about his project. So,
Jeez, yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm not lying. He's ruthless. He'll know if you're lying. You know what I mean? Can't say,
Yeah.
I'm really poor. Fix me. No, you're not. You're not. You're just being... So, but you know, and he will. He'll for people that can't afford to buy a new mod, he will. If he can fix it, he will, and it won't cost you anything apart from UK shipping. I mean, it's not even shipping.
Yeah, that's it's worth doing on a device like that for sure.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah, as long as it ends up being a permanent solution to an extent. You know, you don't mind if it's maybe a year or so, and then it gives up on you again. But
yeah, I mean, Dovpo are genuinely quite usually really good when it comes to the quality of their devices. My top sides been going strong for 4 years, 5 years. I've not really had many Dovpos go wrong. It was just that one.
Did you have any of the top sides with the battery tray issues?
Never had a battery tray issue with any of my top sides. Ever.
See, I didn't actually realise this until last week, that there's two different designs on the battery trays. Because I got
they changed it.
Yeah, because I've got the I got a black and gold speckled one, and then I've got the purple one. The black and gold one has the body where the battery clasp goes into, and then the purple one has a separate piece on the bottom. So if it fails, then you could swap that out. But with the other one, it stopped gripping to the body, so that's the whole unit ruined.
Yeah, mine, it's just a dull.
Yeah, so if you've just got that extra panel screwed to the bottom, you could just replace that. But on the, as I say, the black with the gold speckles, it actually goes into the body of the mod where it hooks, and then that's, as I say, that's you finito once that's warm.
Mine are fine. It's a flawed design anyway because the bodies are made. The bodies where that contact is made of alloy, and every single time you push that shut, you are slightly scraping away a little bit more alloy.
Yeah.
So that's always going to happen. So if this is your only mod, and you're going to use this constantly every day for weeks and weeks and weeks, it's probably going to break.
Yeah. It's part and parcel, and again, you have that kind of acceptance of of wear and tear. And, you know, okay, some devices may wear and tear more than others, but as you say, it's depending on how you're going to use it and how you're going to treat it as to how well they're going to last. For sure.
So, what would you? Here's a question.
Go for it.
You two have obviously been around the industry for quite a long time. What's your favourite device ever? Ever?
Mine for RDA, and I get a lot of hate for this. It is because it's on top of the VVS mod. I don't know if you can see that.
Bandy Vape.
Bandy Vape.
Yeah, the iconic simplicity. I genuinely love it. It's a perfect starter RDA. I think it delivers flavour, and I think it's there on all points for me. And this is where you go, I fucking hate it. Worst one I've ever had. God, rip me to shit. Go on.
I wasn't going to say anything of the sort. Is it side airflow?
Hang on, let me just do it. Yeah, it's got the kind of bottom and side.
Is it a posted? Well, you got two things going on there. I've never owned one of them. Is it a posted build deck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? Classic posted build deck. You cannot beat them.
I said it caused a bit, but yeah, you can't beat it. I do need to change the cotton and.
It's got two chimneys either side coming up from underneath, and then you've got the two side slots as well on it.
Yeah, they.
So you're getting underneath the coils.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah.
And from the side as
I
well.
thought you. Genuinely, when you were asking these questions, I thought you were going to say, "Yeah, that's why I hate it." So I was just like, "Oh, just look yourself."
No, honestly,
rip me to shit. Go for it.
No, I will not, because you're getting air underneath a dual core RDA. I would imagine if you drip too much in that, it might leak a little bit.
It's not that bad, to be honest, because I'd have to take the coils down.
It's a side airflow, but the airflow is low.
Let me pop the cotton.
I am desperately looking for my PWM and I cannot find it. Yeah, I found it.
So it's. Is that going to show on camera?
I mean, it's not massively dissimilar to my favourite, which is the Sherman.
Yeah. No, it's not far.
The only thing with the Sherman is the air is directly underneath the coil. So if you drip too much in that, that's just going to piss out.
Yeah.
On that, at least you've got something of a well before it hits the outlets.
I was going to say, yeah, you can. It is. I've just taken both cotton out, but you can sort of see there is a bit of a well.
Yeah, there's a bit of a well there.
Before but it's not. You're talking 2 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can't see any reason why that would be bad. That's a good idea.
I get a lot of hate for it because it's literally £15, and people have this in their head that, oh well, mine was 80, mine was 50, and because I do a live show and I'm a reviewer and I'm in the spotlight or whatever people want to say, oh, you should be on the best, you should be on the latest. No, I've found an RDA that hits the spot for me. If it costs me £1,000, if it cost me I wouldn't pay £1,000. If it cost me 50 quid or it cost me £1, I'm happy. It does what it does.
It doesn't matter what it costs. It does what it does. Here's the thing. Here's the magic. Here's the magic golden. The golden spot for vaping is air, coil, mouth, straight line. That's what you want. That's where you're going to get the best everything.
Are you a high coil fan? Because I know a lot of people like their coils really close to the drip tip, and I'm not fan.
It depends where the air's coming in. Depends.
If it's coming in from the bottom.
If it's coming in from the bottom and you can have the coil just over it, this bit doesn't really matter. As long as this bit isn't impeded in any way.
Yeah. As long as I don't like the coils being too high. I like them.
No, you need the air to hit the coil
pretty soon.
Where you've got the air, where the air, say my knuckle is where the air comes in, and you've got your coil there, then you've got your mouthpiece there.
Yeah.
That's your perfect solution. That's what you want in any scenario of vaping. That's what you want. But it's got to be not impeded at all. No long chimney, nothing for it to do this before it gets to your mouth.
Genuinely, it's been out a few years. Go see if you can find an icon. You could probably get them under a tenner.
Yeah, you probably can. Honestly, mate, they got it right back in the day.
Yeah.
The thing with postless decks is they are very easy to build on, and that's good for a lot of people who really can't be asked.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't. Posts for me, as long as they're stepped the right way, which there's genuinely not many that are, I'm fine with that. My favourite RDA of all time has been the Sherman RDA, which is proper old school, but that bitch will leak.
As I said, we've sold a few of them. We wouldn't sell something that leaks. We've sold a few of them.
It can't not. You've literally got a massive hole right underneath the coil.
Yeah.
So as soon as that liquid hits your coil, anything that comes off that coil is going straight out your airflow.
It's one of the reasons why my RTA, effectively this has become my absolute go-to, is the Juggernaut V2. It will not leak on me, and it is the easiest RTA to build on and have no issues with. I've been through RTA after RTA, and they've just not performed like this performs. Like an idiot could put a build in this and it would just run.
I have it, and it's in my bedroom.
I absolutely love it. As I say, it is top flow, but it's channel.
I do like it. It's an incredible RDA. The only issue I have with it is that I don't think the airflow is big enough for what it can actually do.
Yeah, no, I'd say it's got more, definitely. I mean, I've got it max open, and it's at its limit, but it is literally just on the point for me.
But it's right on the point of.
And you could,
whereas some people might like a little bit more. I think for that price, because QP stuff's not cheap.
Yeah.
I think you should be given the option of the cheap option for a tank that is weirdly a phenomenal performer is the Fat Rabbit V2 RTA.
That's my my plan B.
The flavour of that is just
yes.
On the
flip side of that, in fairness, it's my reserve because of leakage.
I don't get leakage with it, but I do know that some people do.
It's bizarre. It's one of these RTAs for me that it will be fine, and then all of a sudden I'll just look and it will just be drippage out. And it was like, where does that come from? It's been fine for hours.
I have, however, had that with the Blotto Max.
I was going to ask about that. I did see you with the Blotto Max. I haven't had the opportunity to try the Max yet. I was a fan of the previous Blotto, but that was just too tight for me, so I couldn't.
Well, yeah, I've drilled mine out. Can you see that there?
Oh yeah, gone from what? So it's not quite airy enough for you.
Yeah, nice.
The airflow isn't the issue. The issue is the AFC ring.
Right.
It's too tight. You made those holes bigger. It's absolutely fine. The only other issue is, for some reason, and I don't know why, it pops your cotton out of the wicking channels. I think it's like a pressure problem. So Brent showed me a couple of days ago a way of wicking it where that doesn't happen. Where the thing when you've done a million RTAs in the past, you will cut your cotton flush with your channel so that it doesn't hang out of the channel. It sits flush with it, and you kind of get used to that. You can't do with that. It doesn't work with that. You need to pull it right through the channel and curl it out.
Just kind of poking out. Yeah.
And to be fair, it seems to have done the trick because the flavour on the Blotto Max is phenomenal. But that was a big issue for me.
I do apologise. I couldn't, because you said device. I couldnn't, I class the RDA as still a device kind, but I couldn't name a regulated mod or a mech that I've found that I would say I would quite happily get rid of everything else for that one. I haven't found that device.
I had one.
On the pod side, I have got this little bad boy. I don't know if you can recognise that.
No, I know literally nothing about pods.
Ah, well, you're obviously not a seasoned vapor. This little bad boy is from Geek Vape, and the flavour, and it is a little, throwaway pod top, so it's not replaceable coil. However, the flavour from it has rivaled some RDAs that have been made recently. Not going to name the RDAs that it beats.
We have, Jake.
But genuinely, the flavour from it is pretty immense. What we got there, John?
That would be the new one.
What?
The K1 SE arrived today.
Ah! Did we get two?
Can't bring myself to be excited over anything pod related.
It's all right. It's all right. You'll get into proper vaping when you're older. Don't worry. You'll grow into it.
That's never going to happen.
I think if I could have an all-day regulated mod, I would have Asmodus Minikin Kodama. That would be the one for me. I've always loved the V2.
Is that a Stabwood one?
Yeah, Stabwood resin.
They are pretty, but
I'm an arse because I've had quite a few actually come through on the show, but none of them have been the right colour. It's got to be the right balance of the colours that I want in the body of it to be the one.
This one's different. Everyone loves Stabwood.
Yeah,
everyone loves Stabwood.
Absolutely.
John, show Paul the 000 2.
I have it here. I was just going to put some batteries in because
the VVS, so this that we showed you a moment ago, is the triple O because they're one of one because they're splattered, so they'll all be different. And then we had a version 2. This is a prototype triple O.
So the triple O being one of one, and then this is obviously the triple O2 because it's the
prototype. So it's not the
updated version, but it's I wanted clear. So obviously we've got clear. I wanted PWM, so you've got the adjustment on the bottom there.
I like clear stuff. I do like clear stuff.
You'll notice that we've got 2 buttons there, and then we've got the fire button. So she's easy for a 30mm, and actually 30mm for me. And the Voltro V3 is a belting RTA, absolutely superb. But yeah, if I had another little requirement for it, let me just turn my O-ring light off for a second.
I'd say it is on there. You go, you see it now. Yeah.
So why? Just to throw your own argument back in your face, why are those flashing lights any different than any other flashing lights that are built for kids?
Exactly. Yeah, they're not. This is the thing, right? Haribo. Kids,
everything appeals to kids.
Kids and grown-ups love them so. And this is the thing. There are. I'm allowed to love what I love, and if it is childish, well, I'm sorry, then I'm childish. But that's what I love, and it's like
I fitted lights into my lipo.
I love it.
I do. Are they orange or red? Because they're
orange LEDs.
Because if they were red and the little bit of blood dripping lit up as well, I'll be all over it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of seem to like the same. Obviously, you're not quite into pods just yet, but you'll get there.
Never gone. Never gone.
I just like them for the nick, just to get the nicotine in. But I have got like your Juul and your other.
I've been on 1 milligram for about 7 years.
Random 1 mil, 1 milligram. That's
it's basically a placebo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm either 0 or 3 in freebase, but weirdly, I can be 10 or 20 in Soul.
I can't vape anything. I can't vape 3. 3 gives me an headache now. I mean, I was the biggest smoker before. I was a massive stoner for 20 years. So it wasn't just cigarettes. I was smoking weed constantly.
Yeah.
Which is, without filter, you're getting tobacco without filter.
Yeah.
The UK version of smoking weed, not the US version, which is just weed. It was a mix. So and to go from that to 1, I didn't even find it that hard.
I don't think 1 because it's just a weird. Why? Like, are you?
Why am I even bothering? Why am I even bothering?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I think it's a placebo because I know it's in there.
Yeah.
Can't you just mix up a bunch of bottles, do some with 1 and do some with 0, get really drunk, you'll forget which is which?
I know. I genuinely occasionally do.
Do you notice it? Do you think actually this one's got no nick in it?
I don't really notice.
No.
I don't really notice that much.
Yeah.
When I'm mixing my own, I'll mix them at 1 milligram.
Okay.
But occasionally when I get liquids sent to me by my friends, I don't always nick them up. I don't tend to vape them quite as much as I vape my own. So I can still appreciate every nuance of flavour in there.
Yeah.
Without, I can get on a plane and it doesn't bother me that I haven't got any nicotine. Because I'm not a massive addict.
I've been vaping 16. Yeah, I've been vaping about 16 years.
Yeah.
And I still need, or maybe I just.
By the way, that's the longest I've known anyone.
What, 16 years, longest you've known
16
anyone?
years, that's the longest one I've known.
Oh, to be vaping, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I started when it was RDAs that were silica wick before proper silicone.
I started on CR4s, but I mean, you don't normally get people more than 10 years.
Yeah,
16 years is a long time.
Yeah, I've probably been in the public eye, depending on how popular I am, only about 4 of them, because I just started because I wanted to. I was 30 to 40 if I was out drinking cigarettes.
Yeah, easy 40 a day.
Yeah, and I realised my health. I was putting on weight even though I was smoking because my health was just dropping. You know what I mean? You go on the piss. You could smoke in a club. You'd go to a smoking area.
Different times back then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe the problem is drinking. What do you think?
Definitely not.
Nah. And on that bombshell, good night. Fuck, he ruined this one, didn't he? Drinking. Wait, you heard that, dog? He's sick.
No, but there's one common reoccurrence with every illness, and that's oxygen. So be careful what you breathe. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah, doesn't matter what you drink.
That's it.
Cheers.
But cheers. But I definitely, I definitely find it weird when I see people come and go, because we've done this show for I think 3. How many years, John? 4? I could be wrong.
It's 4 years in February.
Right.
There you go. Oh, so 6 years in the public eye, because I was doing it before VVS. But in those 6 years, I have never at one point thought I could live off 0 milligram. But I see people join us, and then within 6 months go, yeah, it's got me off smoking. I don't even need to vape anymore. And then I'll check in on them a year later. They're like, yeah, I'm still not smoking or vaping. I'm like, how like, I do this for a living. How have you done that?
I don't know whether I've kept it at 1 milligram so that I carry on vaping.
Yeah.
Or
like a subconscious thing.
Is it, I love. I'm that embroiled into the vaping industry now.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave it. So
yeah,
is that
I've kind of thought maybe
1 milligram in? I don't know.
Yeah, I've kind of thought maybe that's why I still vape with nicotine, because it keeps pulling me in, and it's the addiction-y.
You know, I mean, I want to because I want to, and I can't think of a better reason why.
But I was the exact same. I am the exact same, but I was the exact same with smoking. I could quit whenever I wanted. I just never had a reason or an option that would pull me away. And now I found this, and it's...
You always had reasons. The reasons were always very clear with smoking.
Yeah.
Whereas with vaping, it's probably... I would feel like an alien around most of my friends.
Yeah.
So it's a circle that you're
just like...
I am woven into everything to do with vaping, and I've been for quite a while. So, and I really, really enjoy it. I enjoy every aspect of it. I enjoy the friends I've made from it. The fact that I have probably more social interaction with my vaping friends than I do with my real friends.
It's sadly true.
I don't want to say real friends, because that would mean that the people I've got in the vaping community.
No, but you mean real as in person.
As in outside
you
of the
can
internet.
see face to face rather than
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with that. I have got some lifelong friends that I've probably not seen in 2 years, but because we're interacting over like now, I've never met you. When I started with John, I'd never met him, but like me and John talk. Well, we talk weekly, almost daily. And
well, exactly. I speak to these people every single day.
Yeah. And it's a ball ache, isn't it? The right cunts.
Well, it's only because we've got the show that I have to speak to you, so it's one of them ones, isn't it?
Go for a piss again.
Yeah, go for it.
Perfect. I need one and all, so yeah,
Go for it. I'll do you know what? I'll go get myself a beer.
You get a beer.
Holy.
Wow, just didn't think that was going to stop.
I just had to. My daughter sat there eating an Easter egg, and I just walked past, and yoinked a piece out, and it turned out to be quite a big piece. So she chased me out the house.
You are brave.
Oh, it was there. I couldn't say no. I'm a sucker for chocolate.
Right, so so the reason I disappeared earlier was for a phone call to say that they'll be picking up at 8:30, so they'll be here in about 2-3 minutes.
Ah, of course, you did say you were going out. All right, cool.
Yeah, so if you want to carry on without me, or if we want to wrap it up, what's the plan?
I have no plan.